Hello, hello, hello. If you're watching this on the VOD, that means that this was a fun stream and I decided to keep it up. So stay tuned. It might take a minute for the ball to get rolling, but this is a surprise live. I did this sporadically, no planning ahead. I came up with this idea like 5 minutes ago. I'm sitting around bored and thought, you know what? Let's see what people are up to. It's midnight here, so bright and early over in Europe. Lionheart is here from Ireland. Okay, let's do Ireland. Okay, so I've got, that was fast. I've got my countries of the world book. So I'm softly going to tell you facts about Ireland. Find Ireland. Oops. Let's see. Where's Europe? There's Europe. Let's do facts about Ireland. Hey, Suspid. Starting with Ireland. Of course, these aren't in alphabetical order. They're in like geographic order. So there we go. Starting with Ireland. So let's see. It says, once part of the United Kingdom, Southern Ireland, where most people are Roman Catholic, became independent in 1921. Northern Ireland, where people are mainly Protestant, remains part of the UK. Ireland is 27,132 square miles, or 70,273 square kilometers. The population, as of this book being published, was 5.2 million. The capital is Dublin, and the primary languages are English and Irish. Now, for little facts, we have folk instruments. Folk music is embedded in Irish tradition. The main instrument is the violin, also known as the fiddle. It also lists the bodhrán, the low whistle, the tin whistle, and recorder. Hey, Rashab, Happy New Year in advance to everyone. All the best wishes to 2026 and beyond. Totally agree. Hope everyone has a great New Year's. We have the blackthorn. Native to Ireland, this prickly, hardy shrub grows white flowers in spring and blackberries in fall. Trinity College. Founded in 1592, this world-famous university in Dublin has educated many celebrated Irish writers, including Bram Stoker and Oscar Wilde. Gaelic football. In this action-packed Irish team sport, players can kick, catch, or throw the ball. Skellig Islands. Off the southwest coast of Ireland are two rocky islets, providing a safe haven for seabirds such as gannets and puffins. Step dancing. Performed since the 19th century, this traditional Irish dance form involves a straight body and fast foot movements. And the last fact on here says the capital, Dublin, is also Ireland's largest city and home to about 1/3 of the population. All right. So, yeah, I was just setting up the premise for this, but then Lionheart came right in with a suggestion. So, in this stream, I thought I would read to you because I've been doing a lot of reading. It's my vacation time from researching and filming, and I've been reading a lot of my books and enjoying them. So I thought I'd read some to you. So I pulled out this oldie but goodie and thought that if you guys wanted to hear some country facts, just give me a country and I'll give you the facts. I also have over here, been enjoying this. Oh goodness, I knocked over something. Oh, Suspid says the DRC. I also have my travel book, but it's really big. Might be a little hard to do while I'm live like this with my laptop. So we might not do that, but I also have a travel book about every country in the world. Let's read about the DRC. Let's see how many facts they have about the DRC, the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Here we go. Democratic Republic of the Congo. It says previously called Zaire, the Democratic Republic of the Congo is the second largest country in Africa. It straddles the equator, so at the same time that it is spring in the north of the country, it is fall in the south. Never thought about that. How interesting. The DRC is 905,355 square miles, or 2,344,858 square kilometers. The population is 101.8 million. The capital is Kinshasa, and languages spoken there are Kiswahili, Chiluba, and about 3 other languages. I guess they didn't have space to list them all. Here are your facts about the DRC. It says simple but sturdy. In some parts of the country, young people earn their livelihood delivering goods using a reliable handmade vehicle called a chikudu. This inexpensive two-wheeler is made from wood and recycled materials. It looks like a big version of like little play bikes that like toddlers play with, like how they learn to like pedal a bike, with no pedals. Looks like that. Sociable apes. Found only in the lush rainforests along the Congo River, these bonobo apes live in peaceful communities of 30 to 100 individuals. Ornate drum. A tradition of the Vili people. Hey, Night Supremacist, welcome. Nope, we're reading facts about the DRC right now. A tradition of the Vili people who live across Central Africa is to sculpt unique drums mounted on top of intricately carved figures. Ingenious fishermen. Near Kisangani, the Wajenya people catch fish in sieve-like baskets attached to poles suspended over the Congo River rapids. Mount Nyiragongo, which actually my video today is about Mount Nyiragongo. This active volcano in the Great Rift Valley last erupted in 2002. A lake of lava has formed inside the volcano's crater. Musical metropolis. Home to more than 11 million people and growing rapidly, Kinshasa is the cradle of Congolese rumba dance music. Looks like all the facts on that page. So that was the DRC. So yeah, give me a country and they'll read to you some nice little facts. If it's late at night where you are, like it is here, hopefully this can put you to sleep. Or if it's early morning where you are, you can have some nice relaxing wake up sounds of my very soft voice. I was sitting around playing solitaire listening to ASMR videos and I was like, I feel like doing ASMR videos, but I'm on break. I'm on my break right now. But I was like, I'll just go live. I miss making ASMR. Hopefully I'm gonna start filming after whoever says, but it's 2 a.m. Yeah, it's late. I'm going to wait until after New Year's Eve when all the fireworks are done before I start filming again. So hopefully I have to do a lot of research and such, but I won't be filming again till like Saturday. Probably. Maybe Friday. We'll see. So yeah, drop me a country. It could be the country where you live. It could be a country you visited. It could be a country that you've always wanted to go to. Otherwise, I'm going to pick a random country and read to you about it. I don't know, maybe I can turn some of the facts into questions and quiz you guys. I don't know, that might be a little difficult. Sometimes that's tricky. Go ahead and drop a country. I'll tell you all about it. This book also has Antarctica and the Arctic, and a few overseas territories too. There's not much, but there's things there. I just wanted to go to Bhutan or Iran. All right. Unintentional rhyming. Let's see which one I'm going to flip. Oh, and then David says Argentina. All right. Bhutan, Iran, Argentina. Let's see, which one will we hit first, Bhutan or Iran? It was Bhutan. All right. So first up is Bhutan. Bhutan is a small Buddhist kingdom in the eastern Himalayas. The country's main export is hydropower, generated by the rivers that flow down its steep valleys. Bhutan is 14,824 square miles, or 38,394 square kilometers. Its population is 782,000. The capital is Thimphu, and they speak Dzongkha, Nepali, and Assamese. Buddhist prayer flags. From monastery doorways to village entrances, prayer flags can be seen fluttering everywhere in Bhutan. Tiger's Nest Monastery. High up in the Paro Valley sits the 17th century Buddhist temple, which marks the spot where Buddhism was first practiced in Bhutan. Smiling Nation. Bhutan favors policies that focus on the happiness and well-being of its people. This country is called the happiest country in Asia. Last time I covered Bhutan on the channel, I started getting ads for Bhutan tourism, and it's never stopped, and it's been months now. I'm still getting absolutely inundated with ads for Bhutan tourism. It's crazy. Next, we have Iran. Iran, formerly called Persia, is home to a civilization dating back to the 6th century BCE, known for poetry, rug weaving, and metalwork. Iran's rich cultural heritage is seen in its mix of ethnic groups, architectural styles, and local customs. Iran is 636,372 square miles, or 1,648,195 square kilometers. Population is 84.9 million. The capital is Tehran, and they speak Farsi, Azeri, and about 7 other languages. Grand Bazaar of Tehran. Ornate arches top the busy walkways in this historic market in Tehran, where people have come to shop for goods for centuries. Guided by the stars. Brass astrolabes helped the ancient Persians measure the positions of the sun and stars and find the direction of the holy city of Mecca. Harvesting by hand. Most of the world's saffron spice comes from Iran. It is obtained from the delicate purple flowers of the saffron crocus, which are picked by hand. Elite fighters. This mosaic, which is right here, it's very famous, from the ancient city of Susa, depicts the first Persian Empire's most elite warriors. This force was called the Immortals because whenever a soldier died, they were replaced by another, so the unit always had 10,000 members. Sereshk Polo. This Iranian steamed rice dish is flavored with aromatic saffron and zesty barberries and is usually served with chicken. Gardens of Paradise. The ancient Persians were the first to design landscaped gardens, which became common in Islamic architecture. Aram Garden in the city of Shiraz ranks among the finest in Iran. And little map facts on here says the ancient city of Susa is located at the foot of the Zagros Mountains, and Tehran is sheltered by the snow-capped Elborz Mountains in the north. Speaking of mountains, let's talk about Argentina. Beautiful Argentina. Let's see. Argentina. Argentina. There we go. Argentina. Argentina is the second largest country in South America. In the center of the country is a vast area of grassland called Pampas. To the south lies a drier region known as Patagonia. Argentina's 1,073,518 square miles, or 2,780,400 square kilometers. The population is 45.5 million. The capital is Buenos Aires, and they speak Spanish, Italian, and Amerindian languages. Lionel Messi. Argentina is passionate about soccer. The captain of the national soccer team, Messi, has won the Ballon d'Or, the highest prize in the sport, a record-breaking 6 times. Empanadas. These popular baked pastries can be made with a variety of fillings. In Argentina, no surprise, beef is the favorite. Colorful La Boca. A traditional neighborhood of Buenos Aires, La Boca is famous for its colorful houses, street musicians, and bustling market stalls. Perito Moreno Glacier. This 19-mile or 30-kilometer long Perito Moreno Glacier ends at the country's largest lake, Lago Argentina. Argentine tango. The tango is a dramatic style of Latin dance that began in Buenos Aires in the 19th century. It is now popular throughout the world. Ceibo flowers. The ceibo tree grows across the country, and its vibrant red flowers have been a national symbol since 1942. And the little capital fact here says the capital, Buenos Aires, lies on the banks of the Plata River. And for its flag, it says the sun represents the May Revolution of 1810, when Argentina became independent from Spain. More facts for you guys. I hope you're enjoying this. I just wanted to read books. So yeah, drop any other countries. Hello, Miguel, I think. Glad to finally meet coordination teams from Guadalajara, Mexico. Let's do Mexico for Miguel. Let's talk about beautiful Mexico. There we go. There we go, Mexico. Let's talk about Mexico for Miguel. It says Mexico is the third largest country in North America. You're very welcome, David. And thank you to all my viewers that made the Buenos Aires video my most watched this year. I appreciate that. Mexico is the third largest country in North America. Many ancient civilizations established cities here. Now tourists come to visit their ruins as well as the country's magnificent beaches. Mexico is 758,449 square miles, or 1,964,375 square kilometers. The population is 128.6 million. The capital is, of course, Mexico City. And they speak Spanish and about 8 other languages. Day of the Dead. In this annual festival, Families and friends remember loved ones who have died. Altars, prayers, and parades with elaborate costumes and makeup mark the occasion. Chihuahua. The ancestor of this small dog was first bred in Mexico. It takes its name from the Mexican state of Chihuahua. It says that this tiny dog breed is only 6 to 9 inches or 15 to 23 centimeters high. Monarch migration. Every year, millions of monarch butterflies travel more than 3,000 miles or 4,800 kilometers from the U.S. to Mexico. Market shopping. Across Mexico, the best way to shop for everyday items, from fruit and vegetables to clothes, is at the local market. Hey, Pepsi, and hello. My goodness, Amogus. Hello, hello. Reading facts about Mexico right now. Go ahead and suggest the next country while I finish. We have Chichen Itza. At the center of the ancient Mayan city of Chichen Itza is the Temple of Kukulkan, a monumental step pyramid. Yeah, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, Mogus. Frida Kahlo. The 20th century Mexican painter Frida Kahlo was known for her many self-portraits and works based on Mexican culture. Hey, Kick Rocks. And lastly, we have tacos. A popular food is the traditional taco, a tortilla filled with spicy meat and veggies. I love making tacos. All right. There you go. So yeah, drop a country in the chat and I'll softly read to you some facts about that country. I've got a little kitten sitting here. All right, get up and get some chapstick. Sorry, I keep licking my lips. They're getting dry. But there's a kitten here. Guys, you're the first to know. Oh, Mokus is from Greece. And Pepsi says Papua New Guinea and China. I'll let you guys know first that we're most likely getting a new cat this week. Most likely getting a half brother for Bonnie. It's literally her half brother. It's the same mom. But that's still a decision that we're making. It's most likely going to happen, but we're still thinking about it. So yeah, let's do Greece for Sussy Amogus. Not the Sussy Amogus. I always played a green Among Us. Because you can never be the red one, because everyone suspects the red one. I played a lot of Among Us during the pandemic. All right, we got a full page spread for Greece. So lots of facts about Greece. Here we go, Greece. Ancient Greece was one of the first great civilizations of Europe, where people prayed to the gods of Mount Olympus. Today, tourists flock to this Mediterranean country to see its ancient ruins and explore its thousands of beautiful islands. Forgot about, oh, I know, I had so much fun playing that back in 2020. The country's economy depends largely on tourism and shipping. Oh, there's lots of facts here, goodness. So Greece is 50,948 square miles, or 131,957 square kilometers. The population is 10.6 million. The capital is Athens, and people there speak Greek and about 2 other languages. I wonder what those would be. Maybe like English and, I don't know, Albanian or something. Geography. Greece has a rugged landscape. Of its 6,000 islands, only around 227 are inhabited. History. More than 2,500 years ago, the ancient Greeks led the way in politics, philosophy, and science. Hello, Saitama. Hello, hello. Culture. Ancient Greek inspired architecture can be seen worldwide. An example is the use of Greek columns on buildings. Natural wonders. Greece's amazing landscape includes Meteora's rock formations and the Samaria Gorge on Crete. Wildlife. The country's terrain is home to bears, goats, lynx, wolves, and deer. Food and drink. Greeks enjoy a healthy Mediterranean diet of grilled meat and fish, fresh fruit and vegetables, cheese, and olive oil. Olympic torch. The Olympic Games started in ancient Greece. Today, a torch is lit at Olympia near Pyrgos, and a series of runners carry it through Greece before a similar relay in the host country and city. Torchbearers also carry an olive branch, a symbol of peace. Kalamata olives. Purple olives grow on Kalamata trees in southern Greece. They are hand-picked and preserved in olive oil. Athena's city. Athens, the capital of Greece, takes its name from the ancient Greek goddess Athena. Today, remains of the old civilization can still be seen in the modern city. The Parthenon temple stands at the top of an ancient site called the Acropolis, which overlooks Athens. Shipping industry. Together with tourism, shipping is one of Greece's biggest industries. This maritime nation has many busy ports, including Piraeus. Jersey tiger moth. Known as the Valley of the Butterflies, the Petaludes Valley, hope I said that right, on the Greek island of Rhodes is a sanctuary for thousands of migrating Jersey tiger moths. The colorful moths have striped forewings and spotted underwings. Greek pottery. For thousands of years, skilled Greek artisans have handcrafted pots. Many are decorated with scenes from Greek myths. Greek salad. A simple salad of tomatoes, cucumbers, onion, olives, feta cheese, and olive oil is eaten throughout the country. Santorini Island. Many island groups dot the seas around Greece. The volcanic island of Santorini in the Aegean Sea is famous for its whitewashed buildings. And lastly, we have folk festivals. I've got you, Mogus. I'm doing it right now. Greece has a busy calendar of national celebrations and local village festivals, such as they pictured here this annual folk festival in the village of Pefkohori. Traditional music and dance, as well as outdoor feasts, accompany these special occasions. Those are facts about Greece. All right, next we're moving on to Papua New Guinea, says Pepsi. Papua New Guinea, the last country I covered before my little break. Let's see. What do they have about Papua? Oh, that's right. I have to go to Oceania, not Asia. Papua New Guinea. Oh, no. Maybe it is an Asia. Where is it? Papua? Oh, I skipped it. Papua New Guinea. There we go. Papua New Guinea. Papua New Guinea is a collection of 600 tropical islands. Most people live in rural villages, many of which have their own distinct ways of life. The kitten got up. I am free. I'm going to get some chapstick after this. Papua New Guinea is 178,703 square miles, or 462,840 square kilometers. The population is 7.2 million. The capital is Port Moresby, and they speak Tok Pisin and about 800 other languages, give or take. Staple crop. Taro is a starchy root vegetable eaten by many Papua New Guinea dishes. Eaten in many Papua New Guinea dishes. It has been cultivated on the islands for thousands of years. Flamboyant feathers. The eye-catching Rajiana bird of paradise is found widely in the nation's rainforests. It appears on the country's national flag. Of course, Pepsi. Of course, of course. Tree kangaroo. Deep in Papua New Guinea's rainforests live tree kangaroos. These skilled climbers spend most of their time on trees, eating leaves and fruit. Hey, Abby, welcome, welcome. That's okay. Go ahead and relax, and thank you so much. Mud masks. To scare away enemies, the tradition of the Asaro people of the Eastern Highlands is to wear monster masks made of clay. Check these out. Wow, spooky, spooky. They look like Jim Henson masks or something. And then we have sacred architecture. The National Parliament building in Port Moresby is built in the style of House Tambron, a traditional sacred meeting house. It says colorful mosaics decorate the tall, sweeping facade. It also says on the island of Bougainville is home to Bagana, the most active volcano in the country. For now, of course, because Bougainville might be going independent. And then, China. China's the other country that Pepsi requested. Beautiful China. And there's lots of facts about China too, so let's get into it. More than 1/5 of the people in the world live in China, making it, at this time it was the most populated nation on earth. Now it's India. Officially known as the People's Republic of China, it is also the world's third largest country. China has a varied landscape of desert, mountains, and plains, but the majority of its inhabitants live in towns and big cities. China is 3,705,407 square miles, or 9,596,960 square kilometers. See now, Sociomogus, as of last year, India became the most populous country. It's not China anymore. Isn't that crazy? The population of China, according to this book, is 1.39 billion. The capital is Beijing, and they speak Mandarin and about 6 other languages. And I'd say it's more than that, but okay. Geography. The Yangtze and the Yellow Rivers are the longest in China. To the north lies the Gobi Desert. History. Until the Communist Revolution in 1949, China was ruled by emperors for more than 4,000 years. Culture. The country is famous for philosophy, architecture, martial arts, and visual arts. Food and drink. Rice, noodles, meat, vegetables, and tea are at the heart of Chinese cuisine. See, Great Wall of China. A huge stone wall was built across China over many centuries to protect it from invaders. The Great Wall spans more than 13,000 miles, or 21,000 kilometers. Chinese New Year. China's most important festival marks the new year and the coming of spring. This event is also celebrated in some other parts of Southwest Asia. Dragons, symbols of good luck, are made to dance through the streets. Giant pandas. These endangered bears live in forested mountains in China where they survive on a diet of bamboo plants. Fewer than 1,000 adults exist in the wild. Yeah, Pepsi, it's geography books and history books will always fluctuate. It always has to be updated constantly. It must be aggravating. Mooncake. Often eaten during lunar celebrations in fall, this cake is a rich, sweet baked dessert. It's too sweet for me. Mooncake's all right, but it's very sweet. Industry and trade. China is one of the largest and fastest growing economies in the world. It manufactures most goods for export, but imports goods too. Chinese lanterns. Lanterns are featured in the decorations for Chinese New Year. The red stands for happiness, and gold signifies wealth. Modern Shanghai. On the central coast of China lies Shanghai, a sprawling city known for industry and commerce. It is China's largest city. Traditional opera. Since the 18th century, Chinese performers have used music, mime, and dance in their dramatic operatic plays. Fang Zhengdong. Table tennis has been China's most popular sport since the 1950s, and Fan Zhengdong is among its greatest players. All right, well, you guys pick another country. I'm going to grab some chapstick now that I don't have any cats on me. Let's go over to the chapstick over here. Pretty sure I have some on my bedside table, but I don't know where. I've got literally brand name chapstick. You're welcome, Pepsi. Oh, that feels so much better. I don't know about other countries, but we call all lip balm chapstick here. California. See, now I went to California if California were a country, suspect. I would love to, but I don't have a book on facts about the U.S. I could do the USA. I could do that. It is, this book I'm using is Our World in Pictures, Countries of the World. They have a lot of books in this series. You can see down here they have animals, cars, trains, ships and planes, rocks and gems, the elements, dinosaurs, and trees, leaves, flowers, and seeds. I'm pretty sure they have more now in this series. But it's really neat. I've looked at some of the others. This one is definitely the best. And I've actually read this entire book on my channel. It was a few years ago. But yeah, I went through every continent and read all the facts to you guys. The one on Europe is one of my most viewed videos of all time. But it's been like a couple years now since I opened up this book and read it. So let's do the USA since Pitt said California. Let's do some facts about the United States. That's the country I'm from. All right. United States of America. The United States of America. Make sure my mic is okay. You guys will let me know if the mic doesn't sound good, okay? Just let me know if it's not great. Does it have panels? I'll check after this night. I don't remember. That in Taiwan, I think there's Taiwan in here. The United States of America, or U.S., stretches between the east and west coasts of the North American continent. Its 50 states have a diverse range of peoples, landscapes, and cultures. The nation's entertainment industry and Silicon Valley's innovative products are popular around the world. The United States is, thanks Pepsi, is 3,796,742 square miles, or 9,833,517 square kilometers. Population is 332.6 million. The capital is Washington, D.C., and languages here are English, Spanish, and about 9 other languages, which again, it's definitely more than that. Geography. The Rocky Mountains dominate the west, rising out of the Great Plains. History. Native Americans had lived here for 15,000 years when European settlers arrived in the 17th century. The U.S. was founded in 1776. It's 250th anniversary next year. Culture. This multicultural country celebrates many traditions, including Thanksgiving and Halloween, my two favorite holidays. Natural wonders. The Grand Canyon in Arizona and the Florida Everglades are examples of the country's natural beauty. Wildlife. Coyotes, cougars, bears, bison, and moose are native to the U.S. Food and drink. The U.S. is famous for fast foods such as burgers and hot dogs. Hawaii. Located in the Pacific Ocean, the state of Hawaii is made up of 137 volcanic islands. Exploring space. The American company SpaceX has designed reusable rockets that make sending cargo and people into space more affordable. The Falcon 9 rocket launched astronauts voyaging to the International Space Station in 2020. Ukulele. This stringed instrument from Hawaii can play many styles of music, including jazz, apparently. Football. Played since the 1880s, this fast-paced team game is now the most popular sport in the country. I wouldn't call it fast-paced at all. It's pretty slow. Iconic landmark. This famous sign right here overlooks Hollywood, the neighborhood in Los Angeles that is the center of the American film industry. Mardi Gras. The Mardi Gras in New Orleans, the biggest carnival in the U.S., features colorful floats and parades. New York City. This famous city is made up of islands. Manhattan is its cultural center, home to famous sites such as Times Square, Central Park, and the Empire State Building. Representing the people. The U.S. is a nation with great diversity. In 2019, Native American Sharice Davids was elected to represent Kansas in Congress, breaking new ground for women of diverse backgrounds in American politics. Statue of Liberty. Hey, Veer. This 305-foot or 95-meter tall statue in New York Harbor celebrates freedom in the U.S. It was a gift from France. Mount Rushmore National Memorial. Carved into a rock face in Keystone, South Dakota. Oh, I'm sorry, Veer. This national landmark shows the faces of 4 former presidents who made history. Alaska. The largest state in the U.S. is separated from the rest of the country by Canada. Grizzly bear. The northwestern part of the U.S. is known for wild populations of grizzly bears. They hunt salmon that are swimming upriver. And that is all the facts for that. So we're going to see if Palestine's in here. Gotta go all the way over to Asia. Let's see. No, I don't think so. I see Israel, but yep, I don't think so. Just Israel, unfortunately. Let's see. It does talk about Palestine, West Bank, and Gaza, but it says more than 5 million Palestinians live in the West Bank and Gaza. But yeah, unfortunately, that's pretty much all it says. I know, Veer, listen, I have notifications on for so many channels. I don't ever get any notifications. I don't know what's wrong with me. Yeah, it's not in there. But yeah, so what we're doing, if you just joined like Veer, is you give me a country and I read to you facts about that country because I feel like making ASMR. But I don't have anything ready to film, so I thought I'd do some live stuff. What I should do is set up like live on my phone and film top-down map stuff, maybe tomorrow or something. Oh, you got the History of the World Map by Map book. That's incredible, Pepsi. It's so nice. I love that book. You can also see me reading that entire book on my channel too. Let's do Suriname, says Veer. Let's talk about Suriname. Let's see. South America. Goodness. Thank you. Suriname. There it is, Suriname. Good morning, Billabong Matt. Among the smallest countries in South America, Suriname lies on the northeastern coast of the continent. Thanks, Pepsi. Veer's with their cats. That's so great. Veer, we might be getting another cat this week. Shh. It's a maybe. It's a big maybe, but we're leaning toward yes. Suriname lies on the northeastern coast of the continent. Once a Dutch colony, it became independent in 1975. Suriname is 63,251 square miles, or 163,820 square kilometers. The population is 609,560. The capital is Paramaribo, and they speak Shranan Creole and about 7 other languages. Squirrel monkeys. The country's tropical rainforests are home to these tree-dwelling monkeys. They live in large groups and feed on fruit and insects. Rhinoceros dung beetle. This large, rare beetle is named for the upright horns on its head. Unusually, both male and female beetles have horns. Creole people. The ancestors of the Creole people in Suriname came from Europe and Africa many generations ago. They speak a language called Shranan-Tongo. And little capital facts here says Paramaribo is the largest city and home to almost half of the population. Yeah, so it's Bonnie's half-brother. If you didn't know, our kitten Bonnie came from our next-door neighbor. Her mom had another litter of kittens, and one of them is orange, and my brother-in-law is obsessed with this orange. He is so cute. He's such a freaking cute cat. But when he was like adoptable was when we were about to go on vacation, so we couldn't take him because we couldn't take a new cat and like leave for a week, right? So he's been thinking about it, and he finally went over to the neighbor the other day and asked for the cat, and she said yeah. So we're getting work on. He's like 6 months old. He's got to get fixed and get all of his shots and things, especially before we bring him in here with the other cats. And hopefully he would get acclimated. But it's still a maybe, because he is happy where he lives with all his siblings and all that. So, if obsessed, invest. Yeah, exactly. He can't stop talking about this cute little orange cat. And it's like, we could go find another orange cat. He's like, but I want that orange cat. And I went and petted him today. He's so cute. Yeah, we're hopefully going to schedule him getting fixed tomorrow. And that's pretty much our go ahead for getting him. And that's exciting. Yeah, he is gigantic. For a 6-month-old cat, he's almost like the size of Jet. He's huge for a little baby. He's massive. He does not look like a baby anymore. He looks like full grown, but he still has a little baby face. I do like tuxedo cats. K-pop idols all go solo. Eventually he'll be fine. My goodness. All right. Any other countries you guys want to hear about? We've done quite a few. Any other countries? Go ahead and give me a country. Or we could just chat. I don't mind either one. We can do both. Oh, you've got extra toes on your kitties. That's wonderful. I had a cat. I had 2 cats with extra toes one time. Hopefully I'll get a membership soon. Just waiting for my first wage. Excellent. Oh, that's so good to hear, Knight. Oh my gosh, congratulations. I know how that is. I haven't been able to work a full-time job in about 3 years because of my anxiety. So I know how much work that takes. Good for you, Knight. We're doing Brunei and Jordan. We can't do Texas, Suspid, because we're doing countries. Thank you, Knight. Let's find Brunei in my book. Little Brunei. Oh yeah, there's Taiwan. Taiwan's in here as a separate thing. Brunei. There we go. There's Brunei. Despite being among the smallest, Brunei is one of the richest nations on earth because of its plentiful oil and gas reserves. The Sultan of Brunei is one of the world's wealthiest people. Brunei is 2,226 square miles, or 5,765 square kilometers. The population is 464,480. The capital is Bandar Seri Begawan, and they speak Malay, English, and Chinese. Yeah, you got this, Knight. And good job, Pepsi, as well. I'm proud of you guys. Proboscis monkey. They're so cute. High in the forests of Brunei lives the endangered proboscis monkey, recognizable by its large nose. Oh, yeah, they speak Chinese there for sure, because China's like their #1 customer. There's a lot of Chinese people in Brunei. Oh, thanks, Fear. Membership's the best thing on YouTube. That's so sweet. And the last fact on here says Royal Palace. The Sultan of Brunei lives in a palace called the Istana Nurul Imam. Surrounded by a lagoon, it is the world's largest residential palace. And it says golden domes and minarets top the royal palace. It's Brunei. Let's move on to another kingdom, Kingdom of Jordan, on the other side of Asia. Beautiful Jordan. There's Jordan. Gonna slow down, Veer. Nepal, Bhutan, and Seychelles. Well, we've already done Bhutan, so next we'll do Nepal and Seychelles. Goodness, there we go. Jordan. The modern-day nation of Jordan was founded in 1921. Vast areas of the country are desert land, where Bedouin people follow a nomadic lifestyle. Millions of Jordanians also live in modern cities such as Amman. That's fine night. You're doing great. Hey, Titan, how are you? Good to see you. Jordan is 34,495 square miles, or 89,342 square kilometers. Population is 10.8 million. The capital is Amman, and they speak Arabic. Cat's purring the house down. How nice. Oh, and Jules, that's so sweet. Speaking of cats, Wild Hunter, a wild cat found in the semi-deserts of Jordan, the caracal is an agile predator that uses its powerful hind legs and keen sense of hearing to catch prey such as birds and rodents. More than 20 muscles move each ear, helping the caracal hear the quietest of sounds. Traditional headdress. The keffiyeh is a patterned Arab headdress often worn by men in the Middle East. Bedouin feast. Derived from Bedouin cuisine and popular in Jordan, mansaf is a dish of lamb cooked with yogurt and accompanied by rice. Historic Amman. Originally built on 7 hills, Amman is one of the Arab world's largest cities. At its heart, the ruins of the ancient Amman citadel, including a Roman temple, sit on a hill overlooking the old city. Hey, Royal, good to see you. The Dead Sea, one of my bucket list places, the Dead Sea. This famous lake is one of the saltiest bodies of water in the world, almost 10 times saltier than the oceans. This makes the water so dense that people can float without swimming. And my other bucket list place in Jordan says Lost City. The ancient city of Petra was at its peak 2,000 years ago. Among its buildings were temples and tombs carved into sandstone cliffs. Ruins at the site include the Adir Monastery, which has huge chambers cut out of the rock. Greece in Norwegian is Hellas. Yeah, I think that's what it is in Greek too. Pretty sure. All right, what's next? What's next? Totally Pepsi. Take your time and breaks when needed night, definitely. Is Jordan big frankincense producer? No, that's more Oman and Yemen into Ethiopia and that kind of stretch of land there on the Arabian Peninsula. So much farther south from Jordan is where they grow the frankincense, especially Oman. Estonia in Finnish is Vero. How interesting. Bolivia or Argentina? We already did Argentina, but we'll do Bolivia. I'll do repeats if I don't have any countries lined up, but we have a bunch from Veer. Greece in Finnish is Kraka? What in the world? That's so different. I guess Greece is also very different from Hellas, isn't it? All right. Hawaiian says Samoa. All right. So we're doing Nepal, Seychelles, Bolivia, and Samoa as the countries we've got lined up. Let's go to Nepal, a completely different part of Asia. Nepal. Here is Nepal. 3/4 of Nepal is covered in mountains, including many of the world's most majestic peaks. Its wildlife includes the Asiatic elephant, the one-horned rhinoceros, and the very rare snow leopard. Nepal is 56,827 square miles, or 147,181 square kilometers. The population is 30.3 million. The capital is Kathmandu, and they speak Nepali, Maithili, and Bhojpuri. Czechia in Swedish is Tjeckien. It's fun to say. Let's see. Temple Town. Magnificent temples and a former royal palace line the wide squares in the ancient city of Bhaktapur. The Bhairavnath temple is dedicated to Bhairava, a form of the Hindu god Shiva. TJ in Swedish is essays, so it's Tjeckien. How interesting. Thanks, Titan. Good to know. And then top of the world, Mount Everest is the world's highest peak, located in southeastern Nepal. Many mountaineers climb its steep slopes, but fewer than 10,000 people have reached its summit. Few Nepalese restaurants in Finland. Oh, many Nepalese restaurants in Finland. That's cool. I've been watching this channel that does, like, it's hard to describe. It's like a tea channel for the outdoors. And there's lots of Everest videos about Everest tea that's been happening. And it's the stuff that's been going on Mount Everest this year has been absolutely insane. Like the drama, the base camp drama, you guys, the Sherpas running scams, the flu going through base camp, and no one has any flu medicine. Like, wild. What's weirder, Finland calling Sweden Suomi or Hungarian? Hungarian is just a whole other. I can't even deal with Hungarian. Goodness. But yeah, what was next? What says? Yeah, there's been drama happening on Mount Everest this year. Next, we're doing Seychelles. Oh, talking to Titan. Okay. Horribly hilarious that it's tea, right? There's stuff has been going on. Oh wait, Seychelles is in Africa. Gotta go to Africa. Stuff like went down this climbing season in Everest. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. Goodness, Titan. Armenia and Georgian. Titan's looking up all the languages right now. I don't understand either, Veer. I had a stress dream one time where I woke up in the dream and I was on top of Everest and I was petrified. I didn't know what to do. I was so scared. All right, let's talk about beautiful Seychelles. Look at that gorgeous flag. Seychelles. An archipelago of 115 granite and coral islands off Africa's east coast, the Seychelles was settled in the 18th century. The continent's smallest nation, it has a diverse population and is known for its beaches and reefs. No, suspect, that's even worse. I don't like that. Seychelles is 176 square miles or 455 square kilometers. The population is 96,000. The capital is Victoria, and they speak French Creole, English, and French. Coco de Mer. Nicknamed the double coconut, the fruit of the Coco de Mer palm grows only in the Seychelles. The islanders eat this rare nut or gift it to one another, but never sell it. The seed of the Coco de Mer palm weighs up to 38.8 pounds or 17.6 kilograms. My goodness. Man-eating plant. The only species of its kind that grows in the Seychelles. Purville's pitcher plant is carnivorous. Its leaves form a deadly trap for insects that fall inside. Safely climb mountains via drones. Exactly, Pepsi. I want to climb Kilimanjaro, Titan. Yes, especially because you can do it all on foot. You don't need climbing gear for Kilimanjaro. Dazzling sands. Regularly named one of the world's most breathtaking beaches, Ans Source d'Argent has swaying palms, rocky boulders, soft sands, and clear, shallow waters. Seychelles blue pigeon. Found in the dense forests on many of the country's islands, this pretty pigeon feeds on tropical fruits. Hello from Uzbekistan, says Dev Ronbeck. Hello, hello. We'll do Uzbekistan. We'll add it to the lineup. Capital of the islands. The capital city of Victoria on Mahe Island has leafy palms and a mix of architectural styles, including the Victoria Clock Tower, which was built in 1903, and Aldabra giant tortoise. The Aldabra Atoll is home to this rare tortoise. It can weigh up to 550 pounds or 250 kilograms and live for 150 years. Is it pronounced Uzbekistan? Interesting. Was it one of the Seychelles Islands, a leper colony? Yes, it was actually Aldabra. Aldabra was once a leper colony. Not anymore. We know how to deal with leprosy now. All right, next is Bolivia, correct? Correct, I believe so. Bolivia, then Samoa, and then we'll do Uzbekistan. Yes, Titan, you have to spend 4 days to climb Kilimanjaro so that you acclimate to the altitude. 4 days up and 4 days down so that you don't get sick. I've researched because I want to climb Kilimanjaro. Bolivia. Beautiful Bolivia. Beautiful Bolivia. 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 A landlocked nation in South America, Bolivia ranges from the Andes Mountains to the Altiplano, or high plateau, and the Atacama Desert to the Amazon rainforest. We'll do Finland next year. How's that? On the border with Peru lies Lake Titicaca, the largest lake in South America. Bolivia is 424,164 square miles, or 1,098,580 square kilometers. Nice. The population is 11.6 million. The capitals are Sucre and La Paz, and they speak Aymara, Quechua, and Spanish. Butterfly base. The Narcissus metalmark butterfly is one of hundreds of species of butterflies that live in Bolivia. The Quembe Biocenter in Santa Cruz is the world's largest butterfly sanctuary. Wow. Elevated city. At a height of 11,975 feet, or 3,650 meters, La Paz is the highest capital city on Earth. The Liberator. The military leader Simón Bolívar fought Spanish armies to liberate 6 Central and South American nations, including Bolivia, from Spain's rule in 1824. Be curious to see how many countries you can label on a blank map. All of them. That's very easy. I bet La Paz is cool here. Bolivia's population is more like 12.7 million. Wow, they've added another million people. That's wild. Yeah, this book is like 4 years old, I think. So maybe 3 years old. Let me see. This book is from, it's almost 6 years old. It's from 2020. My goodness. All right, next is Samoa, which the one unfortunate thing about this book is that, never mind. Where is it? There it is. All of the Pacific Islands are just thrown onto this page. So there's Samoa. It's just that little fact there. So Samoa. While most Samoans are farmers, tourism is a growing industry as vacationers are drawn to the island's white sand beaches. Samoa is 1,093 square miles, or 2,813 square kilometers. The population is 203,800. The capital is Apia, and they speak Samoan and English. The one little fact here is that a Samoan longboat is called a fautasi. Pretty neat. Yeah, I'd love to go to American Samoa because I don't need a passport to go to American Samoa. All right, so next is Uzbekistan and Kiribati too. We'll do Uzbekistan and then Finland and then Kiribati. How's that? Uzbekistan. Let's go to gorgeous Uzbekistan. Uzbekistan. It says desert covers most of Uzbekistan. Even the once large Aral Sea has nearly dried up. Its bustling ancient trade route cities, such as Samarkand and Bukhara, are home to many mosques and mosaics. Local flatbreads. A disc-shaped flatbread called obi naan is traditionally baked inside a tandir, or clay oven. The Kalyan minaret. Oh yeah, it's Samoa. Yeah. This 12th century minaret in the ancient city of Bukhara was used as a center for prayer and a lookout for invaders. Farming cotton. Cotton production is big business, with more than 1 million people working to harvest it. Sadly, that's all the little facts about Uzbekistan that's on here, but look at that bread. That looks fun. It's like a giant bagel. It looks fantastic. You're welcome, Davron Beck. My kitten's here. Hey, baby, come here. Come here. Come on. No, she's shy. Okay. We'll try again later. Right next is Finland for Veer. And then we'll do Kiribati. Oops, I just saw it and I flipped right past it. Do you want to come up, Bonnie? Come here, baby dolls. Come here. No, she wants to sit right next to me. She wants to be right there. Bonnie, please. Bones! Hi, Bonnie. Hi, Bonnie. There's my happy girl. Look at that baby face. She is a baby girl. She is a happy kitty. She's a good baby. Alright. She wants to be right there, you guys. Just had a winter storm. The train traffic. I'm sorry to hear that. Hello, oof, oof. Oof, oof. In Saudi Arabia. Love my videos and beautiful day. Thank you. I'll talk Saudi Arabia. Oh, did I do Mongolia already? I haven't. Okay, so we're going to do Finland, Kiribati, Mongolia, and Saudi Arabia. We got a good lineup here. But let's talk about Finland first. It says Finland lies on the eastern edge of Scandinavia on the border with Russia. With 3/4 of the land covered in forests, it is the most densely forested country in Europe. There are also about 188,000 lakes. Eating the fruit, watching from Solano County. Excellent. Hello. From near one of my old homes. Let's see. Finland is 130,558 square miles, or 338,145 square kilometers. Population is 5.8 million. The capital is Helsinki, and they speak Finnish, Swedish, and Sami. Telecom giant. In the 1990s, the Finnish company Nokia became a global telecommunications pioneer, selling millions of its Nokia cell phones. National icon. Through musical pieces such as Finlandia, the 20th century Finnish composer Jean Sibelius helped his country discover its national identity. Finnish summer. After a dark winter, families enjoy the long sunny summer days by spending time at lakeside cottages. Glass decor. Finland is known for its art and design, in particular for furniture, lighting, fabrics, and glassware, such as these glass birds. Very cute. Grand Prix champ. The Formula One driver Kimi Raikkonen, I think, I'm sure that's very wrong, has won 21 Grand Prix races. And dog sledding. In winter, the Finnish countryside is perfect for dog sledding. Thanks, Fair. This fun activity is enjoyed by young and old alike. In the past, dogs were used to transport goods or people across the snow. All right, let's do little facts about Kiribati, because again, the least amount of facts are about the Pacific Islands. So let's do Kiribati. Hope you can see that there. Kiribati. And kick sledding. I've never heard of kick sledding, but that sounds fun. Thanks, Sussy and Mogus. Thanks for liking the stream. Everyone else can do that too. That would be very helpful. The 33 islands of Kiribati are low-lying, making them at risk of floods due to rising sea levels caused by climate change. Kiribati is 313 square miles, or 811 square kilometers. The population is 111,800. The capital is Tarawa, and they speak English and Kiribati. So the fact here says lava lava, pieces of cloth wrapped around the waist like a sarong, are worn on Kiribati and other South Pacific islands. Right, so next is Mongolia and Saudi Arabia. Mongolia. Let's go back to there's Saudi Arabia. I'm going to bookmark it with my thumb because we're doing that one after we talk about beautiful Mongolia. Mongolia, here we go. Oof. Mongolia. Fear's favorite country. Mongolia is a vast country in Central Asia with landscapes ranging from the snow-capped Altai Mountains to the west to the vast, cold Gobi Desert in the south. See, I agree, Pepsi. I like doing random facts like this. Glad I can share with you guys. Mongolia is 603,908 square miles, or 1,564,116 square kilometers. Population is 3.2 million. The capital is Ulaanbaatar, and they speak Khalkha Mongolian and about 3 other languages. Yeah, Knight, that is true. They very much wanted to be part of the USSR. They cosplayed as a Soviet state for a hot minute. Sand and snow. The towering dunes of the Gobi Desert dwarf a herd of 2 humped Bactrian camels. See in the picture here. You can barely see the camels. That's perfect, Pepsi. Kept by nomadic Mongols for transportation, wool, milk, and meat. Nadam Festival. Every July, people all over Mongolia take part in the Nadam Sporting Festival. They compete in horse racing, wrestling, and archery. In Bukyulbuk, a form of Mongolian wrestling, wrestlers win by forcing their opponent to the ground. Oh, Accutane is going to be great for your acne, Kick Rocks. Don't you worry about that. That's going to clear it right up. It's very harsh on your skin, though, so make sure you moisturize, okay, Kick Rocks? Promise. Get some moisturizer. That's acne safe. My favorite's over there, but I'm going to read more about Mongolia. The Bergenia flower. Despite its delicate appearance, this resilient flower thrives in Mongolia's low temperatures. Perfect, Kid Crocs. Good, good, good. Horsehead fiddle. A carved horsehead tops the morinkur, a traditional bowed instrument played for centuries. And nomadic life. Oh, that's cool here. Around 1 million Mongolians live as traditional nomads. They set up temporary camps known as gers and travel on horseback to tend their herds. And I hope it helps you too, Kickrocks. Accutane's going to clear you right up. All right, moving on to Saudi Arabia. Look at the oryx. I love Arabian oryx so much. Mongolia borders China in D7. To the north of China is Mongolia, and then the province of China that borders it is called Upper Mongolia because it got cut off right around there when they were making the borders. Or is it called Lower Mongolia? Am I getting it backwards? I don't remember. But that's okay, Kick Rocks. You'll be all right. Let's talk about Saudi Arabia. It says, located in the Arabian Peninsula, Saudi Arabia is the center of the Islamic faith and home to the holy sites of Mecca and Medina. Its large reserves of oil and gas make this country one of the world's wealthiest. Saudi Arabia is 8,300,000 square miles, or 2,149,690 square kilometers. The population is 34.2 million. The capital is Riyadh, and they speak Arabic. Let's start with Arabian oryx, one of my favorite animals. This desert antelope had become extinct in the wild by 1972, but was reintroduced during the 1980s. Today, more than 1,000 white oryx roam the sandy desert of the Empty Quarter. It says oryx horns can be up to 30 inches or 76 centimeters long. That's it. It's Inner Mongolia. Thank you. I knew when I said it, I'm like, that's not right. It's Inner Mongolia in China, which if you go to a Mongolian barbecue, that is Chinese food from Inner Mongolia. It's not from Mongolia, the country. Is that interesting? But about Saudi Arabia, seasonal waterways. Saudi Arabia has no permanent rivers due to low annual rainfall. However, dry riverbeds called wadis fill up during brief rainy periods. Sacred city. The Prophet Muhammad, founder of Islam, was born in the city of Mecca. Millions of Muslims make the Hajj or pilgrimage to the sacred city. We can, Ian. We'll do Laos and Myanmar next. It says Muslims pray in the direction of the Kaaba, Islam's most sacred shrine at the center of Mecca's Great Mosque. Exporting oil. 1/5 of the world's known oil reserves is found in the oil fields of Saudi Arabia and Cambodia. Let's get Southeast Asia after this. The country is a leading global oil exporter. And cultural festival. Saudi Arabia enjoys an annual 2-week cultural celebration of Al-Janadria near Riyadh. Thousands gather here to enjoy dances and feasts. All right, so Laos, Myanmar, Cambodia, let's go. Let's head to a completely different part of Asia. Laos, Myanmar, Cambodia, which I heard they are having elections in Myanmar, which is a good sign, isn't it? Hopefully that means, oh, look, they're all on the same page too. Yes, that drama, Veer. We won't get into that 'cause that is a hot topic. Let's talk about Laos. Laos is a landlocked country in Southeast Asia with a landscape of mountains, forests, and waterfalls. The Mekong River runs the length of the country. Laos is 91,428 square miles, or 236,000 square kilometers. The population is 7.4 million. The capital is Vientiane, and they speak Lao and about five other languages. Got natural materials. Bamboo is a giant grass that thrives in Laos. The long stems make poles for building things, and the leaves can be woven into baskets. The Mekong River. The lifeline of the country is the Mekong River. It is used for transportation and watering crops. Morning markets. Markets in Laos sell a variety of local produce, such as noodles made from rice, textiles, handcrafted goods, and traditional cuisine are all traded at busy stalls. And then moving on to beautiful Myanmar. Formerly called Burma, Myanmar is the second largest country in Southeast Asia. It is known as the Land of Golden Pagodas because of its thousands of spectacular temples. Myanmar is 261,288 square miles, or 676,578 square kilometers. The population is 56.6 million. The capital is Naypyidaw, and they speak Burmese and about seven other languages. I'm sure it's many more than that. We have a lot of indigenous groups in Myanmar. Bagan Skyline. The beautiful city of Bagan features a stunning skyline of Buddhist temples built by its ancient rulers from the 11th century onward. It says Bagan is a popular destination for hot air ballooning. I might say this wrong. Kyaukse Festival. A giant bamboo elephant takes center stage at this annual festival where dancers dressed as elephants parade in the streets. It's my kind of festival. Eating tea. Although many nations drink tea, the people of Myanmar also eat it. Among the national favorites is, oh, I might mispronounce this too, lapit toke, a pickled tea leaf salad. Yangon City. Myanmar's largest and busiest city is Yangon, which was the capital from 1948 to 2006. It says young monks. Most of the country's population is Buddhist, and there are about 500,000 Buddhist monks. Boys train to be monks from the age of 7. And this is the cutest picture. Look at these little guys. They're so, those big old smiles on these little boys. Aren't they cute? So sweet. But moving on to beautiful Cambodia. Cambodia. The mountains of Cambodia are covered in dense tropical forests. Most people live in lowland areas where crops such as rice can be farmed and cattle graze. Yeah, this is like a picture you can hear, right? You can hear those little giggles. How come the capital changed from Yangon to Naypyidaw, says Ian. Because they mainly because they wanted to build like a big, fancy planned capital city. And Yangon, like it says, is a very large, very busy city. Cabo Verde, good one, Vera. We'll do that next. Lots of countries right now are building new capital cities, Indonesia being the most famous one, and Comoros. It's, goodness, getting all the African islands. Myanmar is technically still building Naypyidaw. There's been kind of a lot going on, so it's not quite finished yet. But it is officially the functioning capital city. So, yeah, they built themselves a new city because the old one was too big. Cambodia is 69,898 square miles or 181,035 square kilometers. It is a really empty city, Veer, because kind of like how we were talking about Belize, how they built Belize City, and Belize City is really small. It's microscopically small because only like government people live there. Like there's no other reason to move to Naypyidaw or Belize City if you don't have a government job, right? So it is like this huge sprawling place that they built and hardly anyone lives there. That might change in a couple decades. We'll see once they start actually putting things in it. The population of Cambodia is 16.9 million. The capital is Phnom Penh, and they speak Khmer and about 4 other languages. Apsara dance. Apsaras are heaven's female dancers in Hindu mythology. This traditional style of Cambodian dance was named after them. Oh, little fact here says Phnom Penh is known as the Pearl of Asia. That's nice. And of course, we have Angkor Wat. The Buddhist temple of Angkor Wat is the largest religious monument in the world. It is featured on the Cambodian flag. Right, Veer wants to go off to the various coastlines of Africa and talk about Cabo Verde and Comoros. Which I'm sure this book's going to call it Cape Verde because it's an American book, and that's how we call that country, which I like Cabo Verde a lot better. Let's see where it is in this book. It's either at the very beginning or the very end of this chapter. Oh gosh, what did I just tap? I just touched something on the computer and something popped up. 1 second. Oh yeah, it's going to be at the end. This chapter. Let's tack on Mauritius while we're at it, says Ian. Absolutely. We already did Seychelles, so we'll do Cabo Verde, Comoros, and Mauritius. Let's do it. Let's do it. Yes, please, says Pepsi. Absolutely. Oh, yes, says Fear. So there's Madagascar, there's Seychelles. All right, where were we starting with? Cabo Verde. Where is? Where's Cabo Verde? Where is it? I have to go to the index to find it, so I'm not flipping around. Let's see. Page 50. And Sao Tome, says Fear. We're getting all the islands. It was at the start of the chapter. I knew it would be. I was right. There. Oh, because it's small. Here we go. Cape Verde. Good old Cape Verde. It says, lying far off the coast of northwestern Africa, Cape or Cabo Verde, or Cape Verde, Equatorial Guinea kind of counts. We'll do Equatorial Guinea too, Ian. Cape Verde is made up of 10 islands and many smaller islets. Its landscape features forested hillsides, beaches, and active volcanoes. It is also famous for its unique music known as morna. Cabo Verde is 1,557 square miles, or 4,033 square kilometers. The population is 583,000. The capital is Praia. Equatorial is such a good word. Oh my gosh. And I think at the beginning of February, we're doing Central Equatoria. That's so fun. That's a great name. The capital is Praia, and they speak Portuguese Creole and Portuguese. Pico do Fogo, at 9,281 feet, or 2,829 meters tall, Pico do Fogo is the highest peak in Cabo Verde, or Cape Verde. Cape Verde. This active volcano last erupted in 2015. Mindelo. Mindelo? I'm not sure. The port city of Mindelo is surrounded by dramatic mountains. It is known for its natural harbor, fine beach, and colorful carnivals. Colorful carnivals. That's a little hard to say. Okay, next is Comoros. Here is Comoros. The 3 volcanic islands of Comoros in the Indian Ocean are known as the Perfumed Islands because of the abundant fragrant tropical plants. The trade in spices such as vanilla and cloves has brought people from many continents to settle in Comoros. Comoros is 863 square miles, or 2,235 square kilometers. The population is 846,300. The capital is Moroni, and they speak Arabic, Comorian, and French. It says sweet fragrance. The scented yellow flowers of the ylang ylang tree grow all year round in the Comoros Islands. They are used to make perfumes and essential oils. Decorative clothes. Comoran women traditionally wear dresses called shiromani. These colorful patterned fabrics are worn draped over the body together with headscarves. And it says a paste of sandalwood and coral called mcinzano is used to decorate the face. Grande Mosquée de Moroni. Muslims gather for daily prayers at this 19th century mosque. Many Comorans are of Arab or Persian descent. It says Moroni is located on Grand Comore, the largest of the Comoros Islands. All right, so next is Mauritius. Beautiful Mauritius. I love this. So pretty, Mauritius. The picturesque island of Mauritius in the Indian Ocean has more than 105 miles or 170 kilometers of spectacular coastline. Volcanic mountains blanketed in rainforest rise up steeply in the center. Mauritius is 788 square miles or 2,040 square kilometers. Population is 1.4 million. Oh, we'll do Malaysia. Bina Nanana. We will add Malaysia to the lineup after Sao Tome and Equatorial Guinea. What was the colonial history of the African Indian Ocean islands like? For example, Seychelles seems like a French name, but their capital is Victoria. Ian, we'll talk about that in a second. Let's finish Mauritius, and when I'm finding Sao Tome, we'll talk about it because it is an interesting history. The capital of Mauritius is Port Louis, and they speak French Creole and about 6 other languages. Underwater waterfall. Sand in shallow waters near the Lemorne Peninsula is carried along by currents and dropped back down to the seabed, creating an effect like a waterfall beneath the waves. And award-winning architecture. Designed by the Mauritian architect Jean-François Koenig, the Mauritius Commercial Bank building in Port Louis has won awards for its unique design. Look at that building. It's a big barrel. Very cool. So, France scooped up a lot of Indian Ocean islands. Really wanted to control that trade between the Spice Islands and India and the rest of the world. So yeah, they snatched up a lot of islands. But who did they fight wars with a lot? The British. And the British, and the French too, but the British really liked to snatch up French land and steal it. And then once peace was declared for that war, they would negotiate and sometimes get to keep it. And that is what happened in Seychelles. Where's Sao Tome? My goodness, I gotta look at the index again. They tried implementing English in Seychelles. It kind of sort of worked. Most people there still speak Creole, like a kind of French Creole, but English is widely spoken there. And yeah, that is true for many other islands in the Indian Ocean and the Caribbean. That's why there's a mix of French and English-speaking islands in the Caribbean. Page 60. Page 60. Oh, I was so close. So yeah, that is essentially the history. Good old Sao Tome and Principe. Look at my favorite right there. Pico Cal Grande. But let's talk about Sao Tome and Principe first. The two mountainous islands of Sao Tome and Principe and their islets lie off the west coast of Africa. Their jungled slopes throng with endemic birds, such as the giant sunbird and tree frogs. Sao Tome, the bigger island, is home to the capital. Sao Tome and Principe is 372 square miles, or 964 square kilometers. The population is 211,000. The capital is Sao Tome, easy to remember, and they speak Portuguese Creole and Portuguese. So there's Pico Cal Grande. So cool. The needle-shaped Pico Cal Grande, meaning Great Dog Peak, is a landmark on Sao Tome Island. This towering volcanic rock stands 1,266 feet, or 386 meters tall. Chocolate Islands. Chocolate makers have set up cooperatives to grow cocoa on the islands, feeding the global appetite for high-quality, fairly traded chocolate. That's great. Sao Tome, and then Equatorial Guinea, which is actually on the same page. Look at that. Equatorial Guinea, since it has an island too. 5 islands and the mainland territory of Rio Muni make up Equatorial Guinea. An oil boom has fueled the building of a new capital, Ciudad de La Paz, in the rainforest. Equatorial Guinea is 10,831 square miles, or 28,051 square kilometers. The population is 836,000. The capital is still Malabo. It is not Ciudad de La Paz just yet. It's still under construction. And they speak Spanish, Fang, Bubi, and French. Social baboon. The world's largest baboon species, mandrills live in big hordes in the rainforests of this region, foraging for fruit and insects on the ground. On the volcano's edge, the port city of Malabo, built on the rim of a volcano on Bioko Island, exports cocoa, wood, and coffee from its deep harbor. Africa Cup qualifier. Soccer is a popular sport in Equatorial Guinea. The national soccer team has twice qualified for the Africa Cup of Nations. Yeah, every once in a while I check on Ciudad de La Paz on Google Earth because they're trying to build the world's biggest church in Ciudad de La Paz. Let's see if that actually happens. Kind of reminds me of like the Jeddah Tower, how they're like, we're going to make the world's most spectacular this, and then they spectacularly fail, which I think is what's going to happen in Ciudad de La Paz. We shall see. Moving on to, I wonder where it is in this book. There it is. Beautiful Malaysia. There's Malaysia. This tropical Southeast Asian country is made up of the Malay Peninsula and part of the island of Borneo. Malaysia is known for its popular beaches, lush rainforests, and large multicultural cities. Malaysia is 127,354 square miles, or 329,847 square kilometers. Population is 32.6 million. The capital is Kuala Lumpur, and they speak Bahasa Malaysia, Malay, and three other languages. I think that's how you say Bahasa in that country. I know there's Bahasa Indonesia as well. The art of defense. A traditional Malaysian martial art called Silat Melayu helps develop self-defense techniques. Many children learn it in school. It says bare hands or weapons can both be used for this martial art. Taking flight. Kite flying is popular in Malaysia. The Waubulan, meaning moon kite. Singapore's next. We already did Brunei. We'll do Singapore next. The moon kite is a large kite with a bamboo frame and floral decorations. Giant bloom. The world's biggest flower belongs to a plant called Rafflesia, found in some parts of Malaysia. It can reach 3 feet or 1 meter wide and produces a foul smell to attract insects. Noisy caller. Malaysia's national bird, the rhinoceros hornbill, is recognized by its bright beak and a hollow horn-like structure on its head that amplifies its song. Taman Negara Park. Visitors can climb a ropeway to explore the canopy of one of the world's oldest deciduous rainforests at this enormous national park on the Malay Peninsula. Stinky fruit. The durian is an unusual fruit with a smell so bad that it is banned on public transportation in Malaysia. And Petronas Towers. The world's tallest twin towers are the Petronas Towers in Kuala Lumpur. With a height of 1,483 feet, or 452 meters, these skyscrapers both have 88 floors for good luck. And we already did Brunei, so let's do Singapore. Beautiful, beautiful Singapore, just south of Malaysia. A bridge connects this tropical island country in Southeast Asia to mainland Malaysia. Singapore is a city-state and a prosperous center of finance and industry. And you know Veer's asleep because Veer always says about how they've been to Singapore. Singapore is 277 square miles. Hey, Farouk, happy holidays. Or it's 719 square kilometers. The population of Singapore is 6.2 million. It's its own capital because it's a city-state. And they speak Mandarin, Malay, Tamil, and English. Bumboat travel. Brightly colored bumboats cruise the Singapore River, providing a water taxi service or taking tourists on trips. The mouse deer. At only 18 inches or 45 centimeters tall, the mouse deer of Singapore is the world's smallest hoofed mammal. Street food. The lively streets of Singapore are known for food stalls that serve a broad range of local dishes and international cuisine. Buddha Tooth Relic Temple. This statue of the Buddha is displayed in a temple that also holds a tooth believed to be from Buddha himself. And the Gardens by the Bay. Opened in 2012, this award winning nature park of gardens and greenhouses is a star attraction in Singapore. There it is down there. Isn't it beautiful? All right. I think I might do one more country because I need to go potty. Have we done Argentina and Uruguay? We've done Argentina, so let's do Uruguay. And we're going to end it there. Because, gosh, I've been on for almost 2 hours. That has felt like 20 minutes easily. This has felt like no time at all, but I do need to go potty. So let's finish with beautiful Uruguay. Uruguay, the second smallest country on the continent. Uruguay has a beautiful coastline and fertile grasslands. Half of the population live in the capital city of Montevideo. Uruguay is 68,036 square miles, or 176,215 square kilometers. Yeah, you too, Pepsi. Thank you. Population is 3.4 million. The capital is Montevideo, and they speak Spanish. Hardy herders. Since the 18th century, horsemen called gauchos have herded cattle and sheep across the grassy plains of Uruguay. Herbal brew. The national beverage of southern South America is mate, an herbal drink made from the dried leaves of the yerba mate tree. Mate is traditionally drunk through a metal straw with a filter to keep out the leaves. And sea lion colony. One of South America's largest sea lion colonies is found in Cabo Polonio National Park on Uruguay's eastern coast. And that's going to be it for tonight because my goodness, this was almost 2 hours long of me reading about countries. It's 2 in the morning. This has flown by. So, yeah, if you enjoyed this for a surprise live, let me know. And maybe we'll read some more books, maybe read about some landmarks and things. Yes, buenas noches, Ian. And yeah, thanks for joining me for the surprise live. I'll leave this up for people to rewatch. And have a good night or good rest of your day, everybody. Bye bye. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.